Hello friends, good evening to all of you. So I am back with another video on sociology optional subject for UPSC CSE mains examination, and this video we are going to cover scope of the subject and comparison with other social sciences. So friend, please do these trials as will really motivate me to continue this awesome course. Share as much as possible so that more and more people will get benefited. Comment and like the video and ask any doubt if you have, and hit the subscription button below the video. And now you can also follow us on Facebook page, that is facebook.com/unorthodox academy. So friend, as you already know that we are covering slot 2 autonomous topics. We have already covered these topics of paper 2, and this video we are going to cover section B of the sociology, the discipline, that is the scope of the subject and comparison with other social sciences. So before starting this, I am going to give questions on section A, that is we have already covered in the last video, and a question on section B. So the questions are: how did the French Revolution and Industrial Revolution plays an important role in the emergence of sociology? And the next question is: write short notes on comparison between sociology and economics. So now we going to see the scope of the subject and comparison with other social sciences. The scope of the sociological study is extremely wide. It can focus its analysis of interactions between individuals, such that of shopkeeper with a customer, between teachers and students, between two friends or family members. It can likewise focus on national issues such as unemployment or caste conflict, or the effect of state policies on the forest rights of the tribal populations or rural indebtedness, that is the loan that will be on the farmers. So, or examine global social processes such as the impact of new flexible labor regulations on the working class, or that of electronic media on the young, or the entry of foreign universities on the education system of the country. So basically what defines the discipline of sociology is therefore not just what it studies, that is family or trade unions of village, but how it studies a chosen field. So basically sociology is one of a group of social sciences which also include anthropology, economics, political science and history. The division among the various social sciences are not clear cut, and all share a certain range of common interests, concepts and method. It is therefore very important to understand that the distinction of the disciplines are to some extent arbitrary and should not be seen in a straitjacket fashion. So now to differentiate the social sciences, we would be to exaggerate the differences and gloss over the similarities. Furthermore, feminist theories have also shown the greater need of interdisciplinary approach. For instance, how would a political scientist or economist study gender roles and their implications for politics or the economy without a sociology of the family or gender division of a labor? So now we compare with the other social sciences. The first one is sociology and economics. So sociology and economics both study industry but do differently. Economics would study economics factors of industry, productivity, labor, and industrial policy, marketing, etc. Whereas a sociologist would study the impact of industrialization on society. Economics study the economic institutions such as factories, banks, trade, and transportations, but are not concerned with the religion, family, or politics. Sociology is interested in interaction between the economic institutions and other institutions in society, namely political and religious. Social life in modern times is very complex, and no discipline by itself can study all of it in a depth, while each social discipline focuses on a particular aspect of the society. There is need to keep in mind the interrelations of institutions of the society. Only some social sciences have been discussed so as to give a feel of relationship among social sciences. Similar analysis of the relation of sociology can be made to philosophy, history, public administration, etc. Now we compare sociology and political science. Basically, as in the case of economics, there is an increased interaction of methods and approaches between sociology and political science. Conventional political science was focused primarily on two elements, that is political theory and government administrations. Neither branch involves extensive contact with the political behavior. The theory part usually focuses on the ideas about government from Plato to Marx, while courses on administration generally deal with the formal structure of government rather than its actual operation. Sociology is devoted to the study of all aspects of society, whereas conventional political sciences restricted itself mainly to the study of power as embodied in formal organization. Sociology stresses the interrelationship between the sets of institutions, including government, whereas political science tends to turn attention toward the processes within the government. Then we compare sociology and history. Historians, almost as a rule, study the past. Sociologists are more interested in the contemporary or recent past. Historians earlier were content to delineate the actual events, to establish how things actually happened, while in sociology the focus was to seek to establish causal relationship. Now conventional history has been about the history of kings and war, the history of less glamorous or existing events as changes in land relations or gender relations within the family have traditionally been less studied by historians, but form the core area of the sociologist's interest. Today, however, history is far more sociological, and social history is the stuff of history. It looks at social patterns, gender relations, mores, customs, and important institutions other than act of rules, wars, and monarchy. Now we compare sociology and psychology. Psychology is often defined as a science of behavior. It involves itself primarily with the individual. It is interested in her or his intelligence and learning, motivations and memory, nervous system and reaction time, hopes and fears. Whereas social psychology, which serves as a bridge between psychology and sociology, maintains a primary interest in the individual but concerns itself with the way in which the individual behaves in social groups, collectively with other individuals. Sociology attempts to understand behavior as it is organized in society, that is, the way in which personality is shaped by different aspects of society. For instance, economic and political system, their family and kinship structure, their culture, norms and values. Now we going to compare sociology and anthropology. So basically there are many fields in the anthropology, namely archaeology, linguistic, physical anthropology, and social anthropology. Although anthropology has been regarded as the study of early primitive cultures, early that means primitive cultures, and sociology of the more contemporary society, this distinction is no longer valid. Many of the early villages studies in India have been done by social anthropologists. The tribal communities in India have by and large been studied by anthropologists in both their physical and social aspect. There is hence some overlap between the areas of study of sociology and anthropology, particularly social anthropology. Culture and social organizations are concepts studied in both these disciplines. So thank you guys for listening and watching this video. So please do this thing, and now you can also follow us on FB page, that is facebook.com/unorthodox academy, and subscribe the channel. Thank you.